Hello, my Hood Trucker fitness friends. This is the Hood Trucker back with another report. And dun, 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 we didn't do so well. Let me explain. First, let me just say, I'm not on anybody's time schedule, and neither should you be. Like, all of this stuff goes at your own pace, because that's what it's going to be the most successful. You start getting on these 90 days and 30 days and 45 days and 120 days and whatever the other days are, 7 days, whatever it is, that's when you're going to get in trouble. Because a lot of times what happens is you get on those schedules, you either don't make the schedule and you get discouraged, or you do everything in your power to get to the schedule, and then once the schedule passes, you go right back to doing what you did before. I had a friend of mine that told me that they were doing this 30-day challenge or whatever, but my question to them was, what happens after the 30 days, right? So, they didn't have an answer. So I was like, well, why don't you just continue to do whatever you're doing for the 30 days if it does something for you? And, she didn't have an answer. So that's why I'm not really a fan of like these 30 days and whatever schedule, whatever challenge, diet, whatever. If you put it on yourself on a time schedule, then you're setting yourself up for failure in many different ways. Either you don't make the time frame, or you get discouraged, or you do you do make the time, but then you go right back to doing what you're doing. So either way, I don't do the time thing. Also, why I don't do the time thing is because you can always start over, right? And I guess you could with the time thing, but I just think that it's an unnecessary restriction, right? So fasting is restrictive enough, right? So if you do fasting, I don't really, what I recommend doing every day, but it depends on your own personal schedule and your own personal likes and dislikes. If you like how fasting makes you look and feel, then I would suggest you continue. I never heard really any bad things about fasting, right? But if you don't like, you may, if you don't eat, certain times or whatever, or if you go to the gym, you don't get the pump you want to, maybe you feel that has something to do with, fasting or whatever, then, quit. But bottom line is, the only schedule you should be on is your own, right? And if it takes you a while to accomplish what you want to accomplish, so be it. Like, nobody's going to do it but you, and nobody's going to be accountable other than you. So if you don't do it, you're responsible. If you do it, you're also responsible. So look, who do you have to answer to other than you, right? That's in a nutshell, the only person that you need to prove anything to is yourself, right? So so I said all that to say that my report today is terrible. For a couple of reasons, right? One, okay, so during this time, I get like seasonal asthma problems, right? So you got a bunch of stuff. You can probably hear it in my voice. You hear me breathing. I don't really keep an inhaler because it only really happens like enough for me to have an inhaler like for once a year. And then, those inhalers are expensive. And they also, like, depending on the brand and the type of medicine and different things, it's harsh on the throat. So I don't like really doing inhalers. And then, it usually lasts a couple of days anyway. So, I could go out and spend whatever it is on the inhaler, and then not even really use it that much. So I don't really keep an inhaler. But I don't, at this point, like I was kind of, having more problems than I am now. It's kind of on its way out, right? So that being said, I couldn't really fast because I had three things that I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to accomplish the fasting, the sugar, and I forgot for what the first one was. The water, right? So still doing terrible with water, right? I have to be 100% honest, because if I'm having success, excuse me, then I'll be able to show success, right? I have no success to show you. So, but I'm being honest with you, because I'm not going to be one of these guru dudes that come up on here and only show you success, right? This is a mental thing more than anything else. It's mental. Once you get your mind right first, the body will follow. Everything follows the mind, right? That's why I said, if you want to end something, you start with the head. I don't want to say certain words, but if you want to, attack something, you attack the head, right? And if the head dies or whatever, then everything else will follow, right? So that's why you attack the head. So that's why when you doing life-changing stuff, you have to attack the head. But you don't attack the head to diminish it. You attack the head to encourage it. So it's the same principle, right? If you're going to attack the head to take it out, then you want to attack the head with positive stuff so that the body will follow, right? That's the whole purpose. You got to start with the head first. So I'm probably not quite there yet. So a lot of stuff going on, right? I'm working on my physical fitness, and I'm also working on my financial fitness. So I'm doing a lot of studying, I'm taking a lot of courses pertaining to digital marketing and e-commerce, right? Because I'm trying to move out of the truck and into the e-commerce world. And the concepts are not really all that complicated. It's the behind the scenes stuff, right? That they can be a little complicated, a little complex, and if you don't understand what's going on, it can cost you a lot of money. So going through that and learning that, I haven't really been posting because of that, right? I'm trying to get as familiar as possible with this back end stuff before I really start taking a real serious actions towards this e-commerce and this digital marketing world, right? So I have to understand it before I can implement it. So that's what I'm doing. So if you look at my main channel, I haven't been doing a lot of posting on TikTok or even Instagram or anything like that because of that. So now what I'm doing is I'm starting to get a grasp of the information, and so now it kind of frees up space in the old noggin up here to do some of the content that I was doing before. Not to mention, I kind of wanted to give YouTube a rest anyway, because I feel like YouTube is kind of shadow banning because I was talking about certain political figures. So I don't want to cross over and do over here what I do over there. So that's why I'm not really going into it very much. But I wanted to take a little break from that. But it all kind of worked out because I need to learn this this behind the scenes stuff, technical stuff, to understand it so I can implement it anyway. So it all worked out, right? So, now, how does that affect my fitness? It doesn't really, right? Unless you let it. So I'm being perfectly honest. I did horribly, but I'm not discouraged because number one, I'm not on a time schedule. Number two, I'm the only one accountable. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm not blaming nothing. It's all my fault. If I don't do it, it's because I didn't do it, right? I have no one to blame, nothing to blame. I'm not even going to say, well, I didn't exercise, I didn't do this, I didn't drink my water, I didn't fast, I didn't whatever, now, because of anything other than me. Now, I kind of did being sick kind of did throw a little monkey wrench into the mix because, you know, during my asthma stuff, I wanted to continue to drink fluids, right? So I was drinking soups and all that, and all that has calories, so you're not fasting. And I didn't want to stop, right? I could have stopped and drunk the water, but it's just, you know, the soups and stuff that I was eating and drinking was much more soothing, and I felt like it was helping, right? So couldn't really fast, right? But could I have got more of my water? Yeah, I absolutely could have, but I didn't. And so the sugar, oh my God, the cravings are incredible. I mean, look, when you get off of sugar, it's like trying to get off of heroin or something. It's crazy. I've done it before. I've done keto. I've done all that. So you would think I'd have a better grasp on it. Again, my head's not in it yet, right? And it's because I got all this stuff going on, all this, you know, learning stuff and all that. Like, my brain is like, like fried on a regular basis. So, I think today's Sunday, and I'm doing this video because we're gonna start fresh again on Monday. Hopefully, my abs and stuff will start clearing out, so I can really, really take everything more seriously, and I'm not really having to drink and eat soups and stuff like that, just to try to soothe and work and get all the fluids and stuff like that I need. So hopefully I don't have to do that. It's getting better. I'm coughing from time to time, but my voice sounds better because all this stuff, mucus and all this stuff, it wreaks havoc. So sounding better, right? So, but I am still drinking coffee, black coffee, and I'm still trying to do the things. I'm still conscious of it, just not 100% there yet. So I just wanted to give this a little update because, listen, if you haven't started yet, or you started and you screwed it up, listen, go take a look at what you've done, understand what you did wrong, start it over. If you don't do it, it's nobody else's fault but you. You only have to answer to yourself. If you want to tell people what you're doing, you kind of set yourself up for criticism. But if you're a person that thrives off negative criticism, like I have done in the past, which I still can, because look, the Hood Trucker. Who's better than the Hood Trucker? So that's my mindset, right? So I also really don't care what other people think, right? Because ultimately, I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have to answer to to somebody's opinion, right? Somebody's opinion is not going to affect my life all that much because I don't care about it. Only thing I need to do is be able to live with myself. If for some reason I'm not reaching my goals or I'm not doing this or none of that, I know why, right? And I know what I need to change. And if I don't make those changes, it ain't nobody's fault. So if I do make the changes and I do, reap the benefits of making those changes, I'm also not going to give anybody else the credit. So, look, people are going to talk. People are not going to talk. You want to open yourself up for criticism? If you think you can handle it, awesome. But keep in mind, misery loves company. So if you tell somebody you're going to do something and you don't do it, that gives them ammunition to attack the head again. And then, if you're not a strong person, you can buy into that and give up or whatever have you. Me personally, I kind of thrive on people that tell me, at least I had in the past, tell me that I can't do something or whatever. Still kind of like that, but at the same time, it's not that it's just them. It's just it's just that extra motivating, factor, right? Look, ultimately it's me. You don't matter. Whatever your opinion is, right? You don't even really matter. even if I'm not at the level I want to be right now, best believe at some point I will. All I gotta do is just do it, right? Just like Nike, just do it, right? So with that, just keeping it real and understanding that, look, this process is gonna be a process, but I'm gonna show you the failure and the success, because ultimately I know I can be successful, right? I've done it before. I've been, where I want to be, right? So all of this is not good. So trucking, like, look, you got action. I'm about to go crash out. It's Sunday. We starting to again fresh on Monday. I'm about to crash out. I'm at the fish place, and we about to eat some barbecue, some catfish. Yes, fried. I'm about to have a couple of drinks because I'm driving no more today. Hang out and enjoy myself, and then get to it tomorrow. So I want to have like a celebratory goodbye failure dinner tonight, and then we're going to get to it tomorrow. And, look, I might pop in every few days because, I need to be, you know what I'm saying? Look, like when they tell you hiking, the worst thing you can do is stop. And I've said this before. Worst thing you can do is stop. I'm not stopping. We just reevaluating, right? I'm not stopping. I'm just reevaluating. Could I have done things better? Absolutely. I know what happened, and I'm going to fix it. But you have to fix it mentally first. You have to, first thing you have to do is admit there's a problem. You can't fix nothing that you don't admit to. You can't fix nothing if there ain't nothing to fix. If you don't say, hey, yeah, I did that wrong, and figure out what needs to change to make it right. Excuse me. Like, me drinking enough water to flush the system so I don't have phlegm. If you don't recognize a problem, can't fix it. So that's where we're at. So, I'm going to try to pop in a little bit and maybe get more motivational talks. Because, look, if I'm talking, this is like therapy, right? This is like motivation for me too. And so if I'm motivating you, I'm motivating me. And if I need motivation, I'll get on here and talk. So keep that in mind. So if you ever, pop in every so often, see if I got a new video, check the bell, click the subscribe, make sure, I think, Terry, why don't you leave an email or something? Because we could probably, look, I'm making some changes. We're gonna have a newsletter, and we're gonna be doing some stuff and making some changes and making some moves here in 2024, going into 2025. So, excuse me. Hopefully, I'm not coughing next time I do a video. So, with that, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm about to go here and get this celebratory goodbye failure dinner, and crash out. Have a couple of drinks, and then move forward and get busy tomorrow on Monday. So enjoy the rest of your day. Have you a crash out dinner so you can start again on Monday, tomorrow, brand new and ready to go. See if that works. I'll let you know if it works for me. Take care.